Hello guys, it's me, Lee from Lisa's Copy Creations, and today I've got a few bits and bobs to show you. So just give a few minutes in case anybody's waiting to join. I did schedule it from last night, so I'm just having some toast because I haven't had I did have a breakfast bar, but I've got a couple of things that don't seem to have set for some reason. I don't know why. The chessboard has been a little bit of a disappointment, but I think it's fixable. We'll just have to see. Heat might be able to help us. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just too raised up at one side, but we'll have a look. Okay, let's get started. Where should we start? Well, we'll start with the chessboard. As most of you know, I started this a while ago, this one. But unfortunately, it was put to one side and damaged. Somebody put it to one side and didn't ensure that it was flat. So it caused this outer rim to warp. And it also caused some of these squares to raise up out of the mould. So I'll take it out. So this is what we've come up with. Now, you notice this bit here is like, this is lower, this is raised up here because it warped, and there's a big bubble at the back of it. And it's actually separated. So what I might be able to do is file away the inside to get rid of some of the thickness, and it's the same there. And there's a little bit of overspill. That was very unsteady yesterday, and then we're having to push this down. But also on the opposite side, there's a few of the squares here. Can you see? There. Can you see this square here? The resin is this bit, but it's not covered this bit here. So what I would need to do is put a little bit of UV resin possibly, or dome the whole thing, which is an option. So what I might do, I could dome the whole thing both sides again to make that flat. I'm not sure. It's not a total disaster, but it's not what I wanted, and I'm disappointed it's spoiled because, as I say, I really liked the first part of it getting done, the first section, but it's a trial and error. As I say, it's experiments on this channel, so we know we need to do it quickly. We know we need to make sure the mold isn't broken, and to store it flat while it's curing, and even afterwards to make sure it stays flat in one piece before you put the next layer on. Try not to leave it more than 24 hours, which unfortunately I did. I mean, after it's cured. Right, so let's have a look what else we've got here. Let's have a look at these. These are a new fangle dangle thing. They're a way of opening doors without using your hands. So the whole idea is you put your finger in there, you hook that round the door and pull, and then you've opened the door without opening your hands. And then also you've got the pointy bit here in order to press keys on an ATM, and they're in various different shapes. These are done in gold and gold glow, and they're really quite sweet. These are all in the shapes of keys. They've got a hole in the top for your key ring. This one hasn't got a key ring hole, but you suppose you can put it in the top of there. And then this one, slightly overfilled here because the hole hasn't gone all the way through, but we'll be able to sort that with a pair of tweezers or a pair of scissors or something. Oh, there we go, straight through with a pair of tweezers. And take that off, tidy it up. There we go, that's that done. So that's those. And then there was these ones, which again, these are two purposes. And you've got your finger hold, and then you've got that. Not as easy, this one, for opening a door. It's more for the ATM. And in that one I used a lemongrass green and a blue. And we've got the mixture of the green in the middle where it met. And then this one's a heart-shaped key. This one, you could use it to open a door with, and also the ATM. It needs a little bit of doming, and a bit longer to harden properly. And then there's this one, which is like a hook or a hook. And again, that's, you've got your handhold there, and you can pull the door open that way. So I thought they were quite a nifty idea, especially the way things are with COVID at the minute. People are not wanting to make too much contact with areas that are used a lot in the public, like public facilities, so like doors, toilet doors, things like that. So I thought they were a nice little idea, and they'll only be about £1.50 each, plus postage and packaging. I'll say £2.50 including postage and packaging. And then we have these ones which are shaped like an animal. And this is your gold glow and your gold again. Quite cute, that cat. Then you've got the dog, but unfortunately the rabbit on this one hasn't set properly as yet. That's your dog. He's quite cute. And then you've got, so it's like a sausage on that. Again, you can pull the door open with it, or use him for pressing. And then that's the rabbit, but the rabbit is still very, as you can see, it's still too soft. I don't know whether that'll even harden up. So I don't know why that happened, because everything else appears, except these, the draft. These again didn't harden, so I don't know why. No idea why that didn't harden. Let's go to this lady here. I love this jewellery tree. Needs to just be released ever so carefully from all around the mould. Thankfully it's still a little bit bendy, so it's going to be able to bend it out the mould and then lay it flat to finish curing. There we go. And there's our lovely lady. Isn't she beautiful? And this time I managed to get her arms right. Here and here. Because last time I mixed the arms up and I got this one, but I didn't. No, I got one of them I mixed up. I think I got one rather than the other. But now she looks so much better that her arms are all right. And with each flower I put a tiny little pearl, and then she's got her pearls in her dress, and then the flower at the bottom there, little bluey pearls to match her dress and her hair. And then the base, I used rose petals in a fabric rose petal, and also dried rose petals and little silk leaves. So that will stand in there like that. But you want to make sure that's just completely cured first, because we don't, otherwise she'll bend. So you want to leave that nice and flat somewhere and safe, so it's not going to get damaged. And let it fully cure, which is probably going to take another 24 to 48 hours. So that's that one. Well, let's have a look at these. These are something new. So they're new mold, and this is ink, where I dropped the inks in. It's not turned out wonderful, but at the same time it's quite pretty. So we've got teddy bears and lions. Oh, that's quite a nice one. We've got the swirl at the back, but then the way it's sunk, use a sinker ink and some pinks and purples. And you've got a slight wave to it. That's quite nice. And then there's another one in the pinks. This is a hippopotamus. That's quite sweet. I like the back of the body. But there's a bit of a dump of the pink, of the white ink around the eye. You can see a lovely variation there. The lion. And then we have the final lion. We did this lion in pinks and purples. There's a bit of a too much of a white drop there, but the purples are looking nice coming through, and then the pinks variation at the bottom. Maybe he's put a bit too much ink in them. Let's have a look at the teddy bears. That's an alright teddy bear. And there's the other teddy bear in yellows. If you want a closer look at these, I'll take photographs and put them on Twitter. I think it's the same Lisa's Crafty Creations on Twitter as well. And there's the final hippo. Now that's turned out really nice. Almost marbly effect. Like a quartz. Real pretty. So that's those. And then we have our hippo. Now I need to make the bit that closes this off, but this is hard to get out. That's it. So I don't know exactly how this works. That's the front of it. You would put your pennies in the top of there, but there's no lid to it. You put your money in the top of there. There's a little slide to go in there to stop it. But it should have a lid of some description on there, and there isn't one. So unless you put that in there and use that as the lid, I'm not quite sure how that works. We'll have to look into that, because that's your money's not going to stay in there, is it? And money's not going to stay in there if it's supposed to go in the top like that. So the only thing I can think about is if we do a lid. I don't know how you would do the lid. Anyway, it's come out really sweet. You've got a nice showing of the glitter at the front here. It's so some to the bottom, although it was done in 2 layers, and a lot of the glitter went to the bottom layer. And then we covered the top just because I ran out of resin. So poured it, then made another batch and poured some more in on top of it. And it's come out really nice actually. But as I say, the only issue is I don't know, there's no lid or no piece to put in there yet. I don't know whether that, if you did another resin piece in there, whether that sits in. But then that wouldn't let the money through. Oh, I don't know. It all looks very complicated. So I'm not sure how that works properly. But as it is, it's quite nice. And it would make a nice little pot once we get the little thing in there. You can always just stick your coins in. But that's that. Quite pleased with the way it's turned out. Other than the fact that I don't know how to make it work with this bit here. But there we go, that's that. And finally we have our deer. Now I'm quite pleased with this deer. However, I think the cat knocked it over. So what I've done, and this ran a little bit. So what I did was I've just leveled it out with some UV resin so that it'll come out this mould. It might need a little bit more just to level it off, or a sanding will do. But this is the deer, and I did it in a silver and like a dark blacky gold bronzy glitter. So it's a silver glitter and then a dark glitter. And then we've got to get it past its base here. Its ears. There we go. Just be careful with the ears, they're still a bit there. So that's the deer. That's the deer there. And as you see, it's got a slant in the top of its head. And this is where these come into play. So we have a choice. Bear with me a second, I'm looking for me new knife that I got. It's supposed to help with taking the excess off. There's the I need to sort this pencil case out, I think. Dear me, how? I definitely need to sort this pencil case out. Can't find anything in here. Where's it gone? I'll look for it later. I'll look for it later. Just to cut the overspill off, that's all I'm thinking. I'll use my scissors for now. There's a little bit of overspill off it. I've got a special knife now that's supposed to do it easier than scissors. And I was going to try it out in this. And I will. So anyway, that's your... Oh. So that goes in there. So you've got a choice of having that one. And what I've done is just again, I made a glitter and I added some gypsophilia in there. Can you see the little yellow flowers? Or you can have that one. Again, you can see the gypsophilia in there. See it better on the back actually. Yeah, the gypsophilia. Or you can go really over the top and you can have this one. And this one I filled with, again, it wants the overspill. I'd had a very unsteady hand yesterday. Or you can have this one. Now this is, it needs to get a lot harder when I need to get rid of the overspill, but then you've got that there. And isn't that lovely? So I need to make sure the base is flat. As it is, it's not quite flat at the minute. And make sure that stays. And there we have him. And with this one, I added, I don't know whether you can see, but I added some lavender leaves in there. You see that? You see them on the back again. So what we need to leave that to flatten and go hard. I'll cut the excess off. And then we need to sand the bottom of him down so he'll stand up nice and straight. And then you have a selection of antlers you could use. I think it would be strong enough eventually to be able to hang things off if you wanted to. So you could hang little baubles off, some of them. So yeah, again, you have that one. You have that one. And then finally you have the big one. And if you want any one of these deers, they will come with all 3 sets of antlers if you would like, or I can just send you with one set. This is a set. Well, you can have just the small one, or you can have the medium one, or you can have the large one, or you can have 2, or you can have all 3. It's entirely up to you. I can make it to order. But as I say, this needs to be left to harden a bit more. It's still a little bit soft. And And isn't that beautiful? I mean, even the small, simple one, I think, is so nice. That in itself is really pretty. But I think my favourite is this one, the one in the middle, in between. I think that's a nice size. So we'll give that a little bit of work. We'll cut the excess off. We'll let it harden up a bit more, somewhere safe, and that's it. So that's all I've got to show you today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. The only other thing I've got, a couple of things I've got that came through the post, was I got some I don't know whether I've shown you these, but bits to hang your jewellery on, little cards and pockets, just some plain like brown ones and those. And then yesterday I've been seeing advertised a lot these craft knives that are supposed to you're supposed to just cut round anything with them. So I ordered one of those, and that's what this has come. So that's this. It comes with 3 extra blades, which just look like, yeah, they unscrew off. I would just pull off. That's it. And then they've got a blade, and you're just supposed to hold it, and it'll cut round without lifting the knife up. So we'll see how that works when I do some paper craft soon. And as I say, you get 3 extra blades with it. So that's that, and that's all I got. That's what Mr Postman brought, and that's everything that I had to show you today, guys. So if anybody would like to have a chat, I can hang on a little bit longer if you want me to, or I can just scoot off now. Let's have a look at my phone and see if there's anybody else live at this minute in time. No. Oh, hang on. Or is that just me? That's just me. So I hope you liked what you've seen. And say, let me know your comments and your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Find out what sort of things you like, what you don't like. Any suggestions, whether I could make something in a particular colour for you, or what you would like, whether there's a mould you particularly like to see. I'm going to have another go at some of these little dies, but I might do them a bit deeper and with not so much ink. But I think they've turned out not too bad for a first attempt with alcohol inks. Particularly like the pink ones. Some of the yellow ones are nice. And I love these two-tone things. I hope they come in useful and people are willing to give them a go. Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I do a video, whether it be a live or just a video in general. If you've been before, thank you so much for being part of my crafty team. I really enjoy your company, and thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up. That'll be much appreciated. And thanks again. Please remember to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.